Hi, I'm Dr. James Meschino. Is there a link between eating a lot of fat and developing breast cancer? Well, there's a tremendous amount of evidence that says that that's particularly the case, especially with respect to high animal fat product foods. So there's a common trend that we see worldwide. In more underdeveloped countries where they're on a more plant-based diet, the incidence of breast cancer and other reproductive cancers is extremely low. And in those countries, they can't really afford to eat a lot of high-fat red meat and pork products and high-fat dairy products. As those countries, if they become more affluent, with dietary change, where they start eating more animal fats, more red meat, more pork, more high-fat dairy products, they're getting more saturated fat, more cholesterol, and within one generation, you see a huge escalation in breast cancer, endometrial cancer, prostate cancer, and even colon cancer. It doesn't take long to see this trend occur. So one of the major reasons why we have so much breast cancer, the second leading cause, or the leading cause of cancer death in women in this part of the world, a major contributing factor is the high intake we have of animal fats. Make no mistake about it, it's a very important component. Let me give you some recent examples. In Hong Kong, before they had their economy start to explode and they were an underdeveloped country, incidence of breast cancer, really low. Endometrial cancer, really low. Colon cancer, really low. And then as they started to have more financial success and the economy grew and more people had the means to change their lifestyle and they started to abandon their more plant-based diet, started to move towards more animal products, the incidence in Hong Kong in just the last number of years of breast cancer and other cancers that we've been talking about have escalated dramatically. The same thing has happened in Japan. We've known that the traditional Japanese diet is one of the healthiest diets. When women are following that diet, the incidence of breast cancer is 75% lower. With recent affluence in Japan, you're starting to see a huge escalation in breast cancer and the other cancers that we're talking about. Now, there's been confusing reports. Some studies done in North America show that when women have less fat, it doesn't have any impact on breast cancer risk. It's not lowering their risk. The problem is that they're not looking at women who have lowered their fat intake enough to get the protection you need. Your total fat intake cannot be any higher than 15, maximum 20%. When they try to get women to lower their fat intake to 30%, it's not low enough to actually have an impact. So when you're consuming these foods, these are the real dangerous foods. Red meat, pork, other high meat products, corn oil, sunflower seed oil, safflower seed oil, foods that have a lot of trans fats, deep fried foods. Those are the types of fats that act as a fertilizer almost, causing cells to divide quickly. They make genetic mistakes, and breast cancer impact is really affected in a significant way. Even in our society, we see that the vegetarians, the more plant-based members of society who are following the more plant-based diet, incidence of breast cancer much lower, endometrial cancer much lower, colon cancer much lower, prostate cancer also low. So it's critical to get those kinds of fats out of your diet. Now, eating less animal fat is not the only lifestyle risk factor that gives you a greater chance of developing breast cancer. That's why you need to download my 10-step breast cancer prevention program so you can see how all the strategies work together to help reduce your risk. There are other strategies that are important to you. Now, on MeschinoHealth.com, you'll see many of my published research papers, live footage from my videos, other resources and downloads that are there for free that will help you lead a long, healthy, functional life. My review articles and teaching materials come complete with all the scientific references so you know you're getting only evidence-based information that you can rely on each health topic that you might be curious about. So be sure to make MeschinoHealth.com an ongoing, reliable resource for both you and your family when it comes to health and wellness issues. Now, thanks so much for watching.